there. I'm glad you came. Today's lesson is called Observing Natural Resources. What I would like you to do is think about what a natural resource might be. Are you thinking? I'll give you a minute to think. Did you figure out what a natural resource is? Did you? So natural, occurring in nature. A resource is something that you can use. So a natural resource is something you find in nature that humans use. What we're going to be doing today is looking at some things that you might consider natural resources. It has to do with rocks and minerals because that's the next chapter we're starting on. So I have a few natural resourcey stuff here, natural resourcey things. And we're going to look at them, observe them, and you're going to decide which one you think as a natural resource would be most valuable. The first one that you will see on your sheet, if you're actually looking at it, but I have one here. The first one is coal. And this is a lot more fun to do in class because coal isn't usually what people think it is. It's very shiny, it's kind of pretty. And most people think of coal as charcoal that you use with grills when you're going to cook something. But this is what charcoal actually looks like. You can write with it. Isn't that cool? So there's coal. What you're supposed to be doing is writing down your observations. So you can say that it's kind of shiny. It's not very heavy. It's light and it's rough, but at the same time, it's kind of silky. I don't know. All right, so that's coal. The next one is a rock with fossils in it. So this rock doesn't have anything that I can really identify as being really exciting. Looks like something here, maybe a shell or something that's imprinted on it. Lots of different things going on there. So this is a rock with fossils. I don't see any dinosaur bones or anything like that, right? Okay, the next one is a rock with garnets. And I don't know if you can tell how sparkly those are. They're not shiny, like they haven't been polished or anything, but garnets are, it's a birthstone. It's something that you can use in jewelry. It's kind of a reddish, maroonish kind of color. And so this rock has a bunch of garnets in it. Finally, wood. This is a piece of wood. I think you've all probably seen wood before, and that is also considered a natural resource. So if you described wood, you can do that without my help, right? All right, so that's what we have here. What you're supposed to do on your sheet next is rank them. Which one do you think is most valuable is going to be number 1, and which one is least valuable is 4. So put them in that order. So I'm going to give you a minute here to think about which one you think is most valuable and then why. Why do you think it's most valuable? Coal. Most of you have had some experience with charcoal, and that's pretty cool, right? You can grill yourself up some hot dogs. But coal itself, a lot of power companies use coal. They burn it. This is not clean energy, but they burn it, and that's how you get the electricity that comes into your house. And most people kind of like electricity. They like it for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because you can play video games. You can turn on lights at nighttime. You can do so much with electricity. So this is something that a lot of people consider a really super valuable natural resource. Now, if you lived someplace where they didn't burn coal and they used wind energy or any kind of natural solar energy stuff that is not a finite resource, and you didn't need this, this would be of no value to you at all. So value is in the eye of the beholder. The next one that a lot of people think is very valuable is this rock that has fossils in it. There are fossils everywhere. If you go to a river or a stream and pick up rocks, you can probably find them with fossils in them. So fossils can just be imprints of things that have been decomposed and they're not there anymore, and it leaves an imprint. And so fossils themselves are so abundant that they're not necessarily worth anything unless you find one that somebody really wants. If you found a T-Rex head, skeleton, skull kind of thing, yeah. If you found a T-Rex skull, maybe somebody would think that's pretty valuable and want to pay you for it. But if there were thousands and thousands and millions of T-Rex skulls laying all over the ground, I don't think that'd be worth anything. Okay, so what is value? Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. You're back. So did you think about which ones you thought would be the most valuable? So let's take a look here at these. And in the past, when I've done this with classes, a lot of people will choose the rock with garnets, because once they find out that garnets are actually used in jewelry and they're like gemstones, they get all excited and think those must be worth a lot of money. Truth is, this is very common. These are very common rocks. They're found almost anywhere. And yeah, because of that, because they're so plentiful, they're not worth that much. If you happen to find one with a great big hunk of garnet in it and it could be polished and made to look really pretty, maybe somebody would pay some money for that. But what is value? And our little piece of wood. In the past, a lot of people think that wood is not very valuable because you can get it anywhere. It's everywhere. It is abundant. You can find it all over the place. But what if you didn't have wood? Think of all of the things in your house that are made of wood. Your house is probably made of wood. At least the structural part of it is wood. The insides, the guts are wood. Right? We use wood for so many things that we take it for granted because you can get it anywhere. If you didn't have it, it would be worth a lot of money. Okay? So the point here about value is that some things have a lot of value because somebody decided it should have a lot of value. Somebody decided to put a price on it. So things that are kind of hard for us to get but we think are pretty, like diamonds and rubies and things like that, if those were available like wood, they wouldn't have any value at all. If you think that they're ugly, somebody else might pay a lot of money for something and you're like, oh, I don't want that, then it wouldn't be of value to you, right? And I have some things in my house that to me are extremely valuable because they have what's called sentimental value, right? Something that just makes you think of something from your past that made you very happy. And so those are things that have sentimental value, meaning that to you, they mean a lot, but somebody else would look at it and go, what is that? Ugh, right? So that's what value is. So all of these different things that I've been showing you, totally up to you. There is no right answer. Now, go finish your work. All right. Okay, stop it now.